Hello to all my dear CA Foundation students. One done, three more to go. I'm not going to ask you about the paper. What's done is done. So let's talk about the law and VCR paper. First, I want to talk to you about how you are going to study the paper. So today I want you to do either partnership or SOGA. Now see, this depends upon you, that how how tired or how okay you feel. If you are very tired, go for partnership. If you feel that you can cover up a chapter very nicely, then go for SOGA, right? Then I want you to do BCR today itself. BCR will just take you 1 hour, right? So there are three things in BCR that you really need to concentrate on. First of all, you need to do the formats, right, of the writing chapters. You need to learn the formats. You should learn them by heart, and this will only take you 15 to 20 minutes. Then chapter 1, which is a core theory chapter, you should revise it in depth. So that will take you, I think, another half an hour. And you need to know the rules of active and passive voice and the rules of direct and indirect speech. That will take you another 15 minutes. So 1 hour for BCR. Now, tomorrow morning when you wake up, I want you to take up the Indian Contract Act, because that's the toughest and I mean, not toughest but longest chapter, I should say. So if you take it in the morning, you're fresh. Don't take it up today because you're already tired and exhausted, and I want you to do a chapter which you feel a little easy. So take up Indian Contract Act in the morning, which should be done around 3 o'clock. After that, if you have covered Sale of Goods Act today, you will take up Partnership. And if you have covered Partnership today, you will take up Sale of Goods Act and Companies Act. And then finally, in the end, you will do LLP. Day after tomorrow, you have to revise. You cannot obviously revise the whole thing. Revise those topics which you found were a little tough when you were studying today and tomorrow, and also those topics which have been asked repetitively in the exams. So cover those topics. Now, coming to the material, which material should I use? Now, it's not possible to use your material. It's a 250 pages book. It's not even possible to use the notes you have written, which is again 200 or 250 pages. You remember the short notes that we had used when we were doing the marathon lectures? Go through them. Go through those notes. Now, when you are going through those notes, if you find some topic you're not able to recall or you're finding it very tricky, go to the notes and then you revise that topic in details. So this is as far as our studying is concerned. Now let's talk a little bit about the exam. So when you go to write the exam, first of all, before you start the paper, I want you to read the paper thoroughly. Even if it is 2 readings, 3 readings. By the time you start the paper, you should be very much, you must be very sure about which answers you're going to write in the paper. I don't want that, you start with an answer and then suddenly you are confused. Oh my God, I don't know which next answer to write. No, you should be very clear about the answers that you're going to write. When there is no such order that I have to write law first, BCR first, you can take up anything. But always remember, 1 hour for BCR, 1 hour 45 minutes for law. You cannot give more time. If you give more time, you will lose on one of it. Now, coming to, let's say you have started law first or BCR, whatever. Let's say you have decided to write the fifth answer first. Can I write the fifth answer? Absolutely. But when you write the fifth answer, you cannot write 5A, 4B, 3C, 1, C. You cannot do that. You have to write it in, if you're writing 5, you have to write all the subsets of 5 together. So you can follow any order. Question number 1, which is a compulsory question, there is no rule that you have to start with it. And sometimes the questions, because it's compulsory, are a little typical. In that case, it's preferable to leave it for the later part. Do it later. Start with an answer you are very confident in. 2 things happen. First, when you write an answer which you're very much confident in, it gives you confidence to write the rest of the paper that yes, I can do it. Second, when the examiner reads the first few answers or the sheets, and if he sees that the student has written a very good answer, the first thing that comes to his mind is that this candidate knows his content. And then he's going to check the rest of your paper with that mindset. So always write those answers which you are very sure about. Don't forget the formats. We have done it so many times. There is no reason for you to forget. And please remember, after writing, I have provisions of no moe moe, right? So remember this. And one last thing, it's very okay that during the exams you may feel nervous. At one point of time, you might be like, oh my God, I just don't know what to do. It's absolutely okay. Feeling like this is absolutely okay. But just remember, you have put in so much of hard work. So you know the answer. It's just a feeling. Any point of time you feel that you don't know what to write, go back to the class. Remember what we did in the class. Remember the example we did in the class. Try to recall that. If you can recall that, write that answer only. Right? Write it in your own words. At least you have written something. Stay confident. You have every reason to be. Happy learning. Stay motivated. P.S. Sleep well. I don't want you studying till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning tomorrow and waking up in the, on the day of the exam, all sleepy, all tired and exhausted. Sleep well. Right? All the best to all of you.